Hello and welcome to Laurindalandia. Today I'm going to do a reading about the vibe you give off. You can choose your pile by following your intuition. It can be the pile that you are the most visually attracted to, or you can even ask in your mind, what is the pile for me? I do have personal readings, they're super affordable, and they're my first link in description. Hello, pile one. So it shows this card that says, I affirm only the good of life. The vibe you give off is of someone that is very positive. You give the vibe of someone that is always looking to the positive outcome in life, even in the hardships, even in the difficulties. I think people will assume about you that if life gives you lemons, you make lemonades, you learn the lessons, you always take the best outcome. And a lot of times, the best outcome is to learn that lesson in a difficult situation. A lot of times, we are presented with hardship, struggle, and difficult experiences, and the best outcome that we can take from it is not ignore it and thinking everything is fine. No, it's actually facing it and thinking, what is the lesson in this? How can I learn? How can I grow? I think also the vibe that you give off is someone that is not afraid of a challenge, not afraid to grow, a great learner. People might assume that you are like we're very intelligent in school, that you have like different extensive knowledge in different areas, that you might be very smart, intellectual. I'm also hearing good in mathematics. People might think that you are very studious and good at learning things and that you're not afraid of a challenge. For some of you, especially if you are Aquarius, people really assume that you are like adventurous and you're not afraid of getting out of your comfort zone, trying something new, experiencing a new activity, learning a new language, learning a new skill, like immersing yourself in a different culture. There is something about you that people feel that you like challenges and you're not afraid to do something where you are at a beginner at. I'm also seeing pottery. Maybe some of you give off the vibe that you like pottery, or maybe this read that I'm doing is about people that were like strangers that were around you, like when you were doing pottery, like a pottery class, very specific, only for some of you, right? But you really give this vibe that you really take the best outcome possible. And imagine the people that are more wise, maybe older, have more life experience, see this and think that you had a rough upbringing and you really had to learn and how to take the best outcome out of any situation as a survival mechanism, as a way to survive, right? The other people that are not so wise or emotionally intelligent will just assume that you silver platter, like that things were given to you in a silver platter. Life was easy to you. That's why you have this optimism and this positivity. And that's why you always take the best outcome possible. But overall, it's very this energy of everything is okay when you like everything is well when it went well, even when you are faced with obstacles and difficulty and hardship, you take like the best outcome possible. Do you see it in a way of lesson learned, right? How can I grow from this? How can I become better from this? If life gives me lemons, I make lemonade. This is very the energy. Another thing of the vibe that you give off is that you might like nature. This is what people kind of assume, that you might like nature, parks. Some of you people might assume that you are really into botanics, like studying herbs, and I'm seeing her book. Yeah, people, even some people might think that you study, is it biology? I don't know if it's biology, like the degree. Yeah, but like that you took a degree in university about plants. Is it biology? I don't know. I might be wrong in this, but yeah, that you study something that you very knowledge about, like herbs, plants. I'm hearing cells. Yeah, people might really assume that you like nature. This might have to do with the way that you dress, or like, for example, if you indeed like nature, maybe you go on parks or forests, and maybe your shoes are like with powder from the forest, with the earth. Or maybe sometimes you have a leaf somewhere in your outfit without you even realizing. And this is why it gives off those vibes, because you kind of have remains of someone that has been to the forest recently. And that's why people assume that you like forest. If it's not that, it's kind of your style. You might dress in a bit of bohemic vibe, EP, or just comfortable. Like you dress appropriately, or you dress appropriately to go to nature, like in the comfortable vibes, to go for a walk in the forest, or you dress inspired by the forest, kind of EP, bohemic, green. I'm also getting a lot of jeans. I'm also getting brown, maybe like nature colors. So people kind of assume that you really like nature. And some people even might propose like a first date, or just like even with friends. They might propose, hey, let's go for a walk in the park, because they will assume that you like that. What's the vibe you give off? Number one. I'm hearing not afraid to lose. Yeah, you really give off this vibe of not afraid of learning, starting something new, of failing, like you have nothing to lose and you have everything to gain. Even when you are quote unquote losing, even when things don't come your way, you are gaining knowledge, you are gaining experience, you are becoming a better, wiser, more experienced person. Yes, coming back to the thing that I said about some people see this positivity, the people that are most like wiser, maybe older, most emotionally intelligent, see this positivity as you. Is because you had to make our choices in life, is because life is not easy. And these people that can see that your positive outlook is because of hardship, they really think that you have to make difficult decisions in life. This is the vibe that you have give off to these emotionally intelligent people, that you had to make a hard decision in life that really was a lose-lose situation between a rock and a hard place that you did not want to make, but you had to, like I think people assume these people that are emotionally intelligent and see this positivity and the best outcome possible as a coping mechanism, as a way to survive, and they see it because they feel like you've been through a lot in life and you really had to adapt and learn to the best way that you could. They see it, and they think it's because you had to make like hard decisions in life, decisions that you didn't want to make but you had to. uh, for some of you, very small, this might be a decision to having to break up with someone, having to break up with someone. Maybe you didn't want to break up with them. This can be someone that you really loved. They might, I'm hearing, and I'm sorry, Palambron, and trigger warning if this is your case. Maybe this someone struggle with addiction, and I'm sorry if that's the case, panel number one. And maybe you had to break up with them because it was a hard choice, like you love them, but you couldn't be there for them because you at some point you also consumes you, right? Or maybe I'm also hearing for some of you guys, maybe mental illness, like not for all of you, but some of you might have to break up with someone, not because you didn't love them, or not because they did something directly to you, but because you have to. Some of you might even be something like long distance. You love this person, but things just like didn't work out. There's nothing personal with this person, right? It's just like life. But yes, like you give this off that you give off this vibe that you had to make difficult decisions that you didn't want to make, and you had to choose yourself when it was hard. And that's very admirable, Pamela Morano. The vibe that you give off, number one. This is very funny, number one. You also give this impatient vibe. In the sense of maybe some of you here have ADHD, maybe some of you have anxiety, and your body is kind of always moving in some way. Maybe you get bored easily, maybe you cannot stay still for a long time, like you always need to do something. This comes back to always learning new things. You're not afraid of a challenge. Maybe you like to do that. Maybe you always like to learn new things because you like to be active. Yeah, you give an active energy, like always learning something new, always with a new hobby. One day you're doing pottery, other day you are golfing, like bouncing from place to place. It gives a lot of this hyperactive energy. And people, imagine, people admire this about you because he has great qualities, right? He has the qualities of you always being an adventure or always doing something new, or you never know what you're going to do next because you always like something fun. Maybe some of you even like start singing out of nowhere, start dancing, moving your body. Like there's something active about you. I'm seeing like a ping pong ball, always like doing something, something happening. You are moving, you are vibing, you know, and people really admire this about you. Other people, the kind that want you, I like other people that kind of want more of your attention and more of your focus. They wish that you were not so easily like bored, like overstimulated. You feel me? They wish that you were not so, yeah, active because they kind of want more time with you and more focus with you. But yeah, people might, some people like some romantic interests even might feel like it's hard to keep your attention. For example, I'm seeing someone at the coffee shop. You enter the coffee shop and this person is like, whoa, this person is really beautiful, like wow, you know. But like they feel like you don't stay there long for them to get a chance to get to know you. Maybe you take your coffee and you go, right? Like people sometimes wish that you slow down a bit to get maybe a chance to talk with you or like get more of your attention, because I even think that when you are with people it might be hard to keep your attention for a long time, and you might get distracted easily. And this might just be because their conversation is a bit boring, right? You might be really overstimulated and hyperfixated. It's giving neurodivergency, ADHD, where like things, if things don't interest you, you are to the next one. But like if someone is talking with you in a very interesting conversation, topics that you enjoy, having like this very good conversation, you might be super like invested in it, right? I think this has nothing to do with you, and just people just need to be more interesting, and you deserve someone interesting. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with this message. If you like this reading, give it a like, and if you like this content, subscribe. I do have personal readings that are super affordable, and they're my first link in description. Bye bye one. Hello, pile 2. So it shows this card that says, I listen and I pay attention to the messages of my body. The vibe you give off is of someone that is very grounded, connected with their body. People might even assume that you exercise. Your body might be like don't like if you don't exercise, your body might have this shape like you have exercised in the past, you know, and the very like tone body, like it feels like you have muscles. If you exercise, it shows, like it shows in your body, like your body is like firm tone. Also your skin is very healthy, even if you don't think like it. Again, you can have like acne and things on your skin or wrinkles or like that's very normal. It's very normal to have wrinkles or acne, or I'm even seeing what's the name? Freckles. But your skin looks very healthy. People also, the vibe that you give off is someone that is very healthy, physically and mentally, like this holistic health, because I think you come like your body language, your demeanor is very grounded. It's kind of giving unfazed. People feel like they cannot phase you, they cannot get a reaction out of you. You might have like the Gen Z stare, you feel me? Like you might not show your emotions in your face a lot. I think you show your emotions in your face when you are passionate about something, but I think in your day to day with people that you don't know, with strangers, maybe you don't show your cards, you don't show your emotions, but people look at you, they see a fit body. Your body, it gives workouts, you know, like Your skin gives, you eat vegetables and fruits. Your demeanor gives, you meditate. There is something very holistic else about you. Like you give off this vibe that people assume that you work out, that you are super healthy, that you eat your greens, you eat your fruits, that you meditate, that you go to therapy, that you journal. Like you really give this very mature vibe. You give, I got my shit together. And you give off superior vibes. This is what I'm getting. Like people feel like you are superior to them because like the vibe that you give off is that you are healthy, you have a routine, you are an adult. You know what you are doing. You got your ducks in a row, you got your savings, you have a good job, you have a good routine, you take care of your body, your mind, everything. You feel me? Like people feel like you got it together. This is the vibe that you give off, and people feel like you are superior to them because of that, because these people are like, I'm struggling in my life, I don't have time to go to the gym, I don't have time or money to have a gym membership, I don't have time or energy to make like healthy meals to myself, I have no savings. People really assume that you got your together, like that you got it all together. And again, this might not be true. You might even just be someone that maybe, I think you are someone that maybe you have a hard time to show vulnerability. Maybe imagine with strangers or people that you don't know or trust yet, you might have this very unfazed look, like nothing affects you and things do affect you, and you can be like look very unfazed in your worst days, you feel me, in a day that you're really struggling, where things are not going all right, like your life is falling apart sometimes and nobody notices because of your unfazedness. Maybe again, you might need trust and time with people to be able to show your vulnerability. Maybe you don't show your vulnerability right off the bat, and people really assume that you are like this perfect person with a perfect life, and they really put you on a pedestal. It's giving royal, it's giving adult that knows what they are doing. Like I'm also getting this metaphor that is very interesting. The vibe that you give off is mother. Like in the sense of the vibe that you give off is, you know, when we were kids and we look at adults and thought, oh my god, they know what they are doing, they have it all together, and in reality they didn't. This is the vibe that you give off. Like people, no matter the age, they look at you and they feel like kids looking to an adult, you know, of they know what they are doing, they are perfect, they made no mistakes, and of course you do, but this is the vibe that you give off, and I think it's really because of your lack of like face expression. Not only that, I think again you probably have a very beautiful body, beautiful skin. I don't know if you do skincare, but even if you doesn't, like skin glowing, hair shining, body tea. You feel me? Like it's very, it gives elf. You give healthy. I'm hearing also wealthy. I think also the vibe that you give off is of rich. People might assume that you are wealthy, not even rich, because I think there is a difference between rich and wealthy. Like, for example, rich, probably you are new money, you just got your money, you are loud with your money, right? You wear brands, you have a Ferrari or whatever, you know? Like, you have like this very showy, that you have money. Wealthy usually is like generational wealth. Usually those people don't show their money. Usually they don't have branded clothing or an expensive car, and they look like very normal people. This is the vibe that you give off. You give off the vibe that you come from generational wealth, that you got millions in the bank, and you're trying to hide it. Yeah, there is something about you. The vibe that you give off is that people feel that you are hiding something, and this hiding can just be like your struggles, you feel me, your vulnerability, because again this you has this perfect picture, like everything all together, like there are the kids and you are the adults, you know, like you know what you are doing, you know, next step, you are good, like you are super mature, super together, your ducks in a row, right? And again, of course, no one is like this. We are all flawed. No one knows what he's doing. No one has nothing together, you know. And this is a vibe that you give off. Like people feel like you are hiding something. And again, it's not that you are hiding, per se, like intentionally. You just maybe again need trust and time to be able to show your vulnerability with people. And that's super valid, pile number two. But yeah, people feel this hiding energy. Like some people might even assume that you have like you are hiding wealth or money. People really assume that you are richer than you say that you are. What's the vibe that you give off, pile number two? Yeah, you also give off the vibe that you're not afraid to leave. You give off the vibe that you have left many places, people, and things that do not serve you, and you're not afraid to live again. If this means finding your fulfillment and living your authenticity, some of you might live in or in a different city, different country. Some of you might be single, like living far away from your family, and yeah, you give the vibe that you're not afraid to live. Like if something is not for you, if someone does you wrong, you have no issues in just living. I think I'm getting a very specific message for some of you. The avoidant attachments, the avoidant attachers, the people that have attachment, they feel really attracted to you because again, avoidant attachment is avoiding their emotions and feelings, right? And they really dislike someone that basically loves them. They really dislike someone that is always like up in their business and asking for them. They dislike codependency. And you are the opposite of codependency. You are hyper independency. And like avoidant attachers might feel really attracted to you because you couldn't care less about them. This is the vibe that you give off. Is not that this is truth, but the vibe that you give off is that you couldn't care less about them. Yeah, you give a lot of hyper independence. I'm good on my own. I have my money, I have my house, I have my job, I have my career. Like I'm happy, I'm fulfilled alone. There is something also people feel like you might be hiding your true purpose or true goals. Some of you might even have here, for example, big dreams of starting a business, a startup, or becoming a singer, an actress, an artist, a creative. Some of you might have like these very big dreams, and maybe you don't show them to anybody. You don't tell anybody that this is your dreams, and you don't tell anybody that look, you are working on this. But people feel that you are pursuing purpose. People feel that you are pursuing meaning, and they feel like your purpose and meaning is very different from everyone around them. It's like they feel like your attention and your direction and where you are going is completely different from anybody that they ever met. And they feel like they don't know what this is, but they feel like you're directing your energy, focus, and action towards this goal that they don't know what it is. And this is a part of what they think you are hiding. Some of them think that you're hiding money. Others of you that think that you are hiding like your next move, what you want to do with your life. What's the vibe that you give off? Number two. Yeah, you give very grounded vibes, even like not impulsive at all. Like you give off the vibe that you think a lot before making a decision, even a bit indecisive or overthinker. Like people might think that you really give this vibe that you think a lot before making a decision. Maybe that you don't go with the flow and you like to know what you're going to do. You like to know. You like to think. You like to ponder. You don't make reckless, I'm hearing stupid decisions. You make very good decisions because you really think about your next step and you really think what you're going to do. I'm even getting a vibe that some people, these are not good people. These are not good people for you. Okay, point number two. But if you ever hear someone, don't be so controlling. Let go of control. Go with the flow. Don't think about it. Don't listen to them. These people don't have their best intentions at heart. Because imagine, people see this thought through decision making, you even being a bit indecisive and thinking about before making a choice. This is a great thing. This is why like people try to tell you to not do it. People that don't have the best intentions at heart are going to gaslight you a little bit to go with the flow. Don't think too much about it because they know that you are making good decisions, and they kind of want people don't have the best intentions with you. They kind of want for you, they are jealous and envious, and they don't want you to make good decisions, right? So when somebody comes to you and they say, go in the fun, don't listen to them. They don't have the best intentions at heart. You do very well. And a lot of people admire this about you in thinking about doing things and in planning and not making reckless decisions. This is one of your best qualities. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with this message. If you like this reading, give it a like. And if you like this content, subscribe. I do a personal readings. They're super affordable. And they're my first link in description. Bye, pal 2. Hello, pile 3. So you show this card that says, I open myself to everything that is good. The vibe that you give off is someone that is very open to people, non-judgmental, very friendly, empathetic, come to me vibe. You might have a lot of strangers just like spark up conversation with you, and they feel comfortable, like even if they don't know you, to come to you and talk with you. I think you give this very non-threatening energy. I think people will feel really safe around you. Like they look at you and they feel this innocence and this purity. Like you are a good person. I think this is the vibe that you give off, is you are a good person basically. And people feel like you are super kind, you are super sweet, you couldn't hurt a fly, very open, not judgmental. They also like the vibe that you give off is of someone that will be open to different cultures, like of someone that was like is really non judgmental, and no matter your background, no matter your social economical status, like you are open to them and you treat them as everyone else. You also give a vibe of someone that will do charity for like uh, minorities that suffer just because of like stereotypes and bigotry and all of that. You feel me? Like people might assume that you like do charity with minorities, like help the people that don't have a place to stay. Uh, yeah, like a lot of support, even giving food to people, shelter. People might assume that you do charity because you really give off this humanitarian, equal rights, non-judgmental, open vibe. People like you give really this off this vibe that's you have an art of gold. Like you are super nice, non-judgmental, super sweet. Like you don't give bad energy at all. Also, some of you give off this very lucky vibe because you have this very positive, good energy, like you have this great energy of being a great person, and people might feel like you deserve to have good things immediately. Like people see you and they think, I hope this person has a great life because they deserve a great life, you feel me? They almost, I think a lot of people like also kind-hearted people like send good wishes your way if like they see you on the street and they don't even know you, but they maybe see you like feeding birds or petting a dog or just like existing, and they feel, oh my god, this person is such a great person. I hope like all things good come their way. I think you also, without knowing, have a lot of people that wish you really the best, and like they make these like little prayers or little wishes inside of themselves for everything to come, for everything good to come to you. I think you have the opposite of evil eye, okay? You have like good eye, where people really wish you good things because they feel like it's only just for you to have great things in life. You're a great person in life. It's only just if you have good things in life because you're such a good person. I think also the vibe that you give off, for example, if you start a new work, people are like nicer to you than others because again, you have this very nice vibe that people like see a lot of purity and innocence and good things about you, and people might like help you more or be nicer to you than they are with other people. Even for example, I'm seeing you like in grocery store, like the cashiers are nicer to you than they are with other people because like they really like you. Yeah, you have this very likable vibe. Like people think you are this very good, kind-hearted person. super nice, and they wish the best for you, and they are nicer to you than they are with others, just because of this nice vibe that you give. Very non-threatening, very approachable, very couldn't hurt a fly. What's the vibe that you give off, I'm afraid? Oh, this is so beautiful. Again, like, oof, all this yellow. All this yellow. Yeah, very that vibe of happy, good, lucky, extremely kind person that deserves everything best in life, and that's they people hope that you get everything best in life. Like, truly, I'm getting that a lot. Like, people make little prayers, like, if someone deserves everything in his life, it's you, Buffering. And they hope that you get it. Also, like, the vibe that you give off is of someone that is also not afraid to take action. It comes back to the volunteering aspect. Like, if you see something wrong in your community, if you think something is unfair, like, you're going to take action to help. Like, you're not someone that is just going to speak about, oh, it's really sad that this is happening here, or it's really sad that these people are going through this. You're going to go to the charity, like, you are going to take action to make it better. This is the vibe that you give off. Even if you don't do it, this is what people kind of assume about you, that you're going to take action to make a better world, that you're going to help the ones in need, that you're going to be there for the ones that are the minority and are going through unfair situations. Also, the vibe that you give off is that you'll be like a great parent, like, very the opposite of tough love, kind love. You feel me? I think the vibe that you give off is of someone that will discipline someone or their kids very in a very loving way, because people feel like you have authority and you have power to, quote unquote, discipline others in the best way possible. Discipline doesn't always need to be bad, but you'll do it in a very kind way, in a very nice way. You have this very kind strength, because, again, I think you have a lot of people that like you. You have a lot of people that really wish you the best. You have a lot of people that want you to give the best experience possible with them, or at work, or in the store. You have kind of this power. You have this social power of a lot of people liking you. So you have this energy. The vibe that you give off is of someone that is in a position of power due to how great of a person you are, due to so many people liking you, and that you do indeed deserve all the best, and doing anything wrong to you is completely unfair and unjustified. He's like, protect by free. Nobody hurts by free. So you have this power because of your community and how much people like you, but you never misuse this power. You are extremely sweet, kind, empathetic, and you will never use this power to put somebody down. This is the vibe that you give off. Also, the vibe that you give off is that you are a really good communicator, like a very kind communicator. Also, that you will not project onto people, like, even if you are triggered, you never put somebody down because of your insecurities. You'll never project your insecurities. For example, this is like, you have a friend that just got the job of your dreams. You will still, like, support them and be nice to them, be like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. And you will not put them down because you did not get the job of your dreams and you are, like, insecure and sad. No, like, you give off the vibe that even when you're hurting, you're remaining to be kind. You'll never project your insecurities. You will never put somebody down just because you are triggered. This is the vibe that you give off. People really expect, like, the best from you. Like, they expect this very kind, empathetic, good person, and they almost want to provide you the best experience possible because you deserve it. Yeah, people really have that vibe of, you deserve everything good. I hope you get everything good. This is very beautiful telepathy. Like, I'm almost crying with this. What's the vibe that you give off, telepathy? Also, the vibe that you give off is that maybe you're a bit bored, like, bored with normalcy. I think, imagine, the vibe that you give off is that of someone that is very interested in your interests. Like, People will assume that you are interested in social justice, in equality, and that's where your passion lies. But for example, normal things that most people are interested in, you will not be interested in, like things like status, social status, power, putting others down, like things that are very common with everyone. That's not where your interest lies. Also, I don't think you engage too much in small talk. You might not like small talk, and people come to you and they realize the small talk like bores you. And again, you're never mean, never, 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 never. Um, but yeah, they feel like maybe you don't converse as much with them when it's small talk or things that don't interest you. People might feel like you have a very specific set of interests, like social justice, humanitarian pursuits, equality. How can we make the world better? And this might be like what you talk the most about, and how they can talk with you the longest is because you're very interested in these topics. But besides your topics of interest, you might be very bored with the very like with common people things. You feel me? Like maybe with status, you might be bored. Maybe with gossip, like people are gossiping and you couldn't care less. Like this is the vibe that you give off. Also, the vibe that you give off is that that you are a very unique person in the best way possible. Like you're a super kind person, super heart centered, great person that is interested in like bigger things, in like things that help the world and humanity. And people might think that you are bored with the choices around you. I don't know if you live in a smaller city, but this is like not having the opportunity to make like a really big, good impact in your community. This is like having the dreams of building like this big shelter or helping a lot of people or creating something that helps a lot of people or inspires a lot of people or but like bring good emotions to people. But maybe you live in a smaller place where you don't have access to as many opportunities or resources as you wish. Yeah, I think people feel like the place that you are living or surrounding yourself with is a bit boring to you because your interests are different from the others around you. Like what makes you passionate and what is interesting to you might be something really different from the people around you, right? And therefore, you don't have as much opportunities or as much resources or as much access to actually following your passions. Let me know down in the comments if you resonate with this message, if you like this reading, give it a like, and if you like this content, subscribe. I do a personal readings that are super affordable, and they're my first link in the description. Bye, bye, free.